Hello, this is Truth Be Told Transformation, and I'm Bonnie Burkert, here to share tools for transformation to live your highest truth. One thing that's true for me is that life has a lot of different chapters, and I have invited today a guest who has gone through some amazing changes in her life to find her highest being, a multidimensional life. Tell us more, Rachel Otto.
Oh, first of all, Bonnie, thank you so much for having me here. I'm honored to be here. I love Truth Be Told. I do subscribe and I've been listening. So this is a great opportunity for me to share with you all this fantastic information that's starting and it's coming in. And let me tell you, the next few years, it's just gonna get more and more amazing.
Okay, because it's pretty amazing right now. I mean, we just, at the time of taping here, we've just come through the eclipse, for example. So you want to tell me how you're feeling on the other side of that?
I'm pretty fortunate. I made a new friend here in Tucson, Arizona. I was in Palm Springs for 5 years, and the past 2 I've been here in Tucson. And while I've been in Tucson, I've met one of the most amazing, world-renowned astrologers. Her name is Susie Cox. She was the leading astrologer in the 70s who kind of broke open astrology for the mainstream. And she created let me say this again, she created all of the astrology that was written in code for every astrology program for our computers.
Amazing.
Okay, so
wow,
she's pretty amazing. And I was fortunate enough that she actually edited my book and she did my my chart. I never really had my natal chart done. I had friends do it and we kind of, joked around and isn't this cool and fun? But she really did it. And I have hit my time over 50 that I've come into my own. And so this eclipse for me was just a time of giggling. I mean, literally, we did a meditation at the Valley of the Moon here in Tucson, and we watched 78% of the eclipse, and it was just a giggle fest for me because all of my friends, all of these otherworldly beings, the trees, the birds, whatever, we were already communicating anyway, so they just thought it was a cool, groovy time, and it just kind of amplified all of this fabulous energy that I've been going through, where for many people, the eclipse is a time of transition and change. It is this massive shake up for us to get ready for the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius.
All right, thank you for sticking that song in my head. I just love that. Mystic Crystal Revelations, right?
Yes!
I mean, that's one of the lines of that song. So how profound is that?
It's coming.
I know, it's on. You're giving me goosebumps. I'm already, we're 3 minutes into our conversation. I'm already getting goosebumps here. It's a good feeling. It really is. So, Rachel, you've been on the show in the past, and we talked, you told us a lot about your journey, and now you've put it into a book form, okay? So, and the book is called From Bourbon Street to the 12th Dimension. The Path to Divine Love, Finding Divine Love. So first of all, I'm hoping that we haven't revealed too much, but you have found divine love in that path, in this journey. And we're here to share tools. So maybe you'll tell us a little bit about the journey, the courage to take that journey, right? To follow that path. And I'm going to have some other questions for you as well.
Well, thank you so much for bringing up this book, because back to the silly astrology, this was one of my purposes in life, was to write this book. And basically, I took, $200,000-$300,000 worth of classes over 10 years, workshops, traveled all over the United States, all over actually the world, to study under these amazing gurus and teachers and energy healing and the Dalai Lama. And well, all I learned is everything is already inside of you.
The guru
Spoil-
is you. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, now that we're getting ready to enter into the age of Aquarius, don't we need a handbook to tell us how to be more connected, how to step out of the hierarchy, the caste system, how to step into your own heart, how to step into your own self?
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I took all of this massive information that I learned from Giant Rock, sitting there channeling what actually happened at Giant Rock, which, is pretty, like, I don't know, awe-inspiring to actually see these different beings come in and try to deliver us world peace, and then us going, yeah, we're not ready for this, and sending them back, right? So I just took all of this information and I put it in stories that were all true. There's only 2 stories that I actually had to change the location because nobody should go there.
Oh, okay.
Nobody needs to find these mazes and get lost in there. I mean, there's a part where I get lost in a labyrinth, and this labyrinth is real, it's physical, it is otherworldly, and doesn't need to be found by people.
Oh, come on. Now I want to know. But no, I'm just joking. But I think it's just an interesting example, because I know I've never really gone to a labyrinth. I guess I've really only done the labyrinths that are maybe the circles, like the stone labyrinth.
Yeah, medicine wheels.
Yeah.
And the spirals.
Yes, that's what I mean. But I think of the labyrinths as maybe with the tall, the walls, like the bushes maybe would be an example of another labyrinth, right? But anyway,
Yes.
I mean, it's very intriguing. And Rachel, so I know you and I both have a background of having worked in the music business at one point, and yet we felt the calling. And I mentioned the word courage earlier on, for you to dare to listen and follow your heart and really what you've learned along the way. So you tell us a little bit more about some of the chapters that you're sharing with us in this book.
So I did live in New Orleans, and I did physically live on Bourbon Street. At the time, I was the director of sales and marketing at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is where my rock and roll roots start. And I did have some amazing experience through Jazz Fest and concerts and publicities and all that. So what ended up happening is that I was married to an artist who was a super swell guy, but I had been married to this person, like, I don't know, 400 or 500 times before, and it never really worked out. So why would I go through a marriage in this amazing lifetime with the same person that never always worked out anyway? So after I decided, I think that was the biggest courage. That was the biggest step that I ever took in my life, was being on the top of my game in New Orleans. We were on the cover of New Orleans Living magazine. And that's when I decided to step away and start my spiritual journey.
Amazing. Yeah.
So It was that moment of understanding that even though it may look on the surface that you have everything and you got everything in order, and I mean, I got costumes and I was having fun and I was hanging out with, T and Lolly at the Brennan's restaurant, and I was,
Yeah.
was that really my purpose?
I know it's confusing. I definitely understand. And that's why I love to talk to you, because I feel that there maybe are others that are living the high life, right, in the many meanings of the word, and yet somehow wonder why this does not feel right. And so Rachel and I are both here to encourage you to listen carefully, and right?
Yes, and it's not listen to social media, and actually it's not even to listen to me right now. It's to listen to your heart. So just for a moment, Bonnie, let's just take a giggle moment here.
Okay.
And let's learn what the ancient Egyptians knew, and now science is just catching up with us, is that we have heart cells in our heart. Or excuse me, we have brain cells in our heart.
Yes.
We have so many brain cells here because we're supposed to be thinking through our heart.
Amazing.
Not our brain, okay? So, just for a second, everybody put your hand on your heart, okay? And when you feel like really disconnected, or when you feel like, well, you just want to beat the blank out of somebody or yell somebody, tell them really what's going on in this world because they are far out there, put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath in with your nose, and hum. If you do that 3 times, science has shown, that the sound of your own voice connects you back to yourself. Your own voice calms you down and makes you think through here. Pretty simple, huh? So if we actually connect it to ourselves through our heart, then we can answer wholly and completely which is best for us and the highest good of everything. Because some people do need to be, well, I don't want to be violent here, but they do need to be brought back down to earth to be told, you need to wake up. You need to really see what's going on here because you're missing the party. Being stuck in worries, being stuck in the past, being stuck in whatever the soup of the day is, you lose the now moment. And the now moment is the only thing that exists. We cannot change the past, and we cannot predict the future because we are on a planet of free will. So if we just listen to our heart now, and exist now, then things really aren't so bad in this world. Something to think about anyway.
I love it. I feel it. Thank you. Thank you for that simple tool of tuning in. And I love the hum. As a yogi, the tuning in with an om, and that's basically what we're doing. But the humming, I mean, it's like, have you ever done the exercise where you close off your ears and your eyes and do the humming that way? It feels really great. So
same thing.
Definitely try that. And so you started with some of these basics. Although it sounds to me, if you were already knowing that your husband was somebody that you had been with for many lifetimes before, it sounds like you were pretty advanced in your understanding of this wisdom.
It's true.
Early on.
I did start. I knew that I guess I was different when I was small. When I was a little kid, and by the time I was 8, it's kind of funny. I went through all the different things I could be in my life by 8 years old. I was like, wow, I could be an attorney. No, people don't like attorneys. I could be a doctor. No, I really don't want to learn about all the bones and muscles. I could be an astronaut. No, that's too much science. Literally, I remember this one day that I went through every type of occupation, from being a ballerina to a geneticist. And I couldn't figure out that there was anything I wanted to be. And I thought, well, I guess I'm just going to have to wait to see what I grow up to be because I can't figure it out right now. There's just nothing that really felt not just challenging enough, but life fulfilling.
Yeah.
And it was kind of amazing that as a kid, I would watch like Bewitched and Genie, Edge
Sure.
and Genie,
Of course.
I learned how to twitch my nose, but nothing would happen, yes, and nothing happened. And I have found out later in life that I personally capped myself. Like, I closed off my psychic abilities. I closed off my grooviness, whatever my gifts are. And many people do that. And I'm now meeting people every day who come and talk to me, and they're like, I feel like there's just this block right here. And I'm like, yeah, because you put it there. And it's your choice, your choice, dear listener, when you're ready to actually see, when you want to talk to your guides. And I don't care what type of guides you want to talk to. If you want to talk to a plastic cup, if you want to talk to the bird, the tree, or if you want to talk to one of the Palladians, it is your choice to unblock yourself, to uncap yourself. Because most of us don't want to, I see dead people. Yeah, no, they don't want to go there. Okay, right. So you have to learn how to set your boundaries. You need to learn how to communicate with your guides. You need to learn how to pick one of your angelic beings to take over and make sure that you're talking to something that can inspire you, that can help you, that can teach you. Just a little side note here. It's not that I have an issue with dead humans. It's just they're so not worthy to talk to because they don't have anything to say. I don't understand why people want to talk to a dead president from 200 years ago. They don't understand what's going on here
Right, exactly.
now.
Right.
I mean, ghosts are just human souls that have got stuck on Earth and can't find the light. Also the necromancers are, they want to keep them to do their bidding and so they can bring in more money or the lottery numbers. That's kind of shitty. These souls need to evolve and go forward with whatever they need to do. So that's just my little side point.
Yeah, no,
I do understand that there are souls that, do come to you so that they can, be freed and go to heaven. But most of them...
let them be. Bless them and send them on their way, and let us not
Exactly.
be too intrigued. So, but let's talk about, you mentioned angelic beings, and I'd like to, I saw in your description, your bio, that angelic healing is one of your offerings along with Reiki and many other modalities. So let's talk about angels for a minute.
So angels is an awesome topic because it is so hot right now because the cosmic dragons are here.
Okay, so you got to the dragons right there with it.
Why did I go to the dragons?
Thank you.
Right?
I mean, that was like the other.
Why did I? Yeah, well, because if you're going to start talking about angels, let's just start at the beginning.
Well, okay, but I'm just going to quick note here for me, Rachel. I think that I know a good amount, but at the same time, the connection between angels and dragons, not so sure I could get there. So you're here to tell us.
Well, it just so happens that I explained it all through quantum physics. And if you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, we can understand the 9 order of angels as explained to us through history, through art, through the Bible, through the Torah, because all religions have angels. All religions have them, right? All angels are beings of light, and all they are is based, the best way that we can describe them in this modern age is the electromagnetic spectrum. So our highest order of angels are the seraphim. And the seraphim are the big boys. Okay? I mean, these are the things that created everything. They are the only way that you could communicate directly with Source, all, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Okay? If you and I were to call up God and say, hey, we'd go zzz, and we just get sucked back into God because all we are is a drop of God's soul. So the seraphim are gamma rays. Okay, can we really handle gamma rays? No, we'll turn into the Hulk. So the seraphim are the cosmic dragons. Try this again. The seraphim, the highest order of angels, are the cosmic dragons, which is why in Chinese Chinese astrology,
yeah,
the dragon exists as well as all the other animals because the dragon was physically on this plane. It is the way that a lot of the land was carved and created and the knowledge was given. Well, then we could go even deeper. And then we think about the cosmic dragon and its reptilian form because it doesn't have legs. Oh, what is that? Is that a snake? Are we afraid of snakes now?
Yes.
I think most of us are. Oh, wait, are we afraid of higher knowledge? There's a big correlation here, okay? So, our cosmic dragons are the highest form of the angels, and they have been released upon this planet actually started around 2012. And there's this really groovy angelic being called Archangel Michael, whose form of it lives in Desert Hot Springs. Don't ask me why Desert Hot
Really?
Springs. But it lives in
Okay.
Desert Hot
I
Springs.
love Desert
Okay?
Hot Springs.
You can look this up, anybody. Archangel Michael. And he, she, it, they said that when they came to this place, that they broke them loose around 2012. And then with every solar eclipse, our light codes, right? We're talking about light codes, not just from the sun, but also from the moon, because the moon just reflects the sunlight.
Right.
We are opening up more portals and more pathways for these angelic, high energy, high vibrational, let's whack this world back into consciousness with this high energy of the cosmic dragons. And it goes from everything from the shape of, say, a dragon egg is this awesome, that shape of an egg, right?
Yeah.
All that is the Vesca Pisces. The Vesca Pisces is what started everything in creation when conscious light,
Yeah.
when consciousness and love
Yeah.
connected, right? They formed the sliver. That sliver is the egg.
Ah.
That's where the cosmic dragon eggs are. Okay? Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
So this is kind of what I explain in the book is that all of this stuff that seems so incomprehensible, our science has explained it all to us. They've explained, the cosmic dragons through looking at the electromagnetic spectrum. So when we talk about angels, don't people sometimes say, oh, well, there's the ultraviolets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then we have blue people. Oh, and then there's these yellow. Wait a minute. Ra, good friend of mine, Ra here. One of these great Egyptian gods. He's just the sun.
Yeah.
Literally. The sun, yellow, our solar plex.
Yeah.
So when we ask angels for guidance, when we ask angels for help, we are literally going to the highest place. On Earth, we got humans that are highly intelligent that can help us, right? So when we have earthly problems, I go to a tax accountant. I can do taxes, but I don't know them all, right? But if you really have otherworldly questions, if you really have things that are bothering you so deep and you can't find an answer, well, why not go to somebody that actually knows an answer that can help you, answer you, and give you things back? And the way that they respond to you is, well, it's personal. You might be somebody who watches a movie and a line from a movie comes and sticks in your head. That might be an answer to a question.
Yeah.
I've gotten emails, random emails. We get spam all the time. And an answer was right there in the topic of the email. And I thought, oh, these guys are pretty cool. I woke up with songs in my head. I got to go look up the lyrics. I think I know the lyrics, but then I look them up. And it either has to do with somebody that I come in contact that day with, or again, another question that I had for myself. They're really here to help us. And again, as a child, some of us get afraid of these glowing lights, okay, these angels that are trying to talk to us and help us. So we close it off and we close the door, and then we get so disconnected that, we don't know up or down, and we just go play the game of, what does our company want us to do? What does the church tell us to do? What does the school tell us to do? And we lose ourselves. I know. I get a little excited about this.
No, it's true. No, it's great. And you're reminding us to not necessarily fall into step. I mean, I think there is some sort of societal order that is required, but at the same time, not to lose your spirit. And so let's go back to dragons, because you said you were referencing. Sorry, I'm Year of the Dragon. It is the Year of the Dragon, so I want to talk about dragons. You said that you had a little comparison with snakes when you were talking about them.
Oh yeah. So our institutions, want to keep us contained. They don't necessarily want us to overthrow them or expand too much. So there's simple stories. Let's take the creation story, okay? It was a snake.
Yes.
That tempted Eve with the quote apple, which now we know is actually a mushroom, because if you look at all the old paintings, it's psilocybin.
Oh.
Consciousness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Just look at history here. But they vilify the snake here. They also, in the Bible, vilify the dragons by saying Archangel Michael fought the mighty dragon as it came out.
Right. Yes.
Which makes no sense to me because Archangel Michael is the dragon.
Ah.
I'm like, so are you saying did he commit suicide? I don't understand.
Yep.
The Thoth, Metatron, the great healer, and the name of it escapes me, but the symbol for medical is it's like a cross with two snakes intertwined.
Right. Yeah, I can't think of the name either right now. Sure. Yes.
It maybe begins with an M. Okay. Again, the two snakes are representative of the dragon energy because that's what exists in this plane. And those two snakes, as they intertwined, are just two seraphims because that's the only form that they could come in on this plane that we could actually understand them. So the cosmic dragons are one of the most important part of Earth's history. And I mean, it's billion-year history. It's the dragons, the cosmic dragons that come in and help us shift to these different eras. Whether you're looking at the Mayan calendar where they talk about different shifts, or there's several cultures that have, they talk about these different time changes. Well, it's the cosmic dragons who lay the foundation and the groundwork. They're the ones, they're not somebody that you're going to call upon and say, hey, I broke my leg. Could you help me? That's like, we're asking way too little for something that is actually changing the entire planet. But they are here to help not just the individual, but to help like our community. So you call upon the dragons to bring peace to the community, bring change to the community, bring us more connected together. These cosmic dragons cannot be controlled. They cannot be manipulated. I know that there's a lot of people that are now speaking light codes and a lot of people that are talking to the dragons and the dragons are doing this and that for them. Not really. They're more of the either the second or the third down, because the true cosmic dragons, they only answer to one, and that is Source, and that is God, and that is the universe. That is divine love. That is all that they know.
The highest order.
Yeah. So the cosmic dragons is somebody to tap into. I do not recommend hanging out with them more than an hour a month. Let me try this again. Do not hang out with the cosmic dragons more than an hour a month. You will be lost. They are so high energy. They are so otherworldly that I've had 3 friends now. Went into meditation, went into prayers, and you get into this cycle that you might physically be here, but you're not here.
Yeah.
Because you're just up there working with them, and they couple of them was about 2 to 3 months until I finally just had to literally physically go over to them and shake them and tell them, stop doing these prayers, stop working with them, because it's too much for your physical body, it's too much mentally. it's just too high of an energy right now. So they're great to feel the energy. They're great to understand and to call them in to help a community, to help the land. You can see them in the sky. They're here.
Okay, so how might I know I won't do it more than an hour a month or whatever my formula was. I have to rewatch the show to hear what you said. But do I invite them in meditation? Is there something specific one could do to have an understanding of that? Yeah.
I wrote a book that explains exactly how to talk to everything.
Well, fantastic.
There's a chapter in there on guides that will teach you how to call in your guardian angel, because your guardian angel is your main source of communication. They're the ones that are going to tell you everything. You know, some people have, 50 or 60 guides, and that would get a little crazy. That little too many voices in your head, right? So you call out one of them to actually guide and lead you. Animals, trees, plants, the wind, all of these are amazing guides. Again, there's a meditation in my book that walks you through step by step on how to put yourself at peace, how to find it, how to hear them. You don't hear them here, okay? You don't hear them here. You hear them here and you hear them here.
Okay.
So
third eye and heart chakra.
Yeah. So by the time I think it's the 11th and the 10th and the 11th chakra dimension.
Right. And I want to talk to you about, because I'm knowing about the third, fourth, fifth dimension. But once we get past that, I think I need some counsel, please.
So that's where we go into quantum physics, because quantum physics actually explains all the dimensions. It was Descartes that originally taught us what the first dimension was, which is just a line.
Okay.
This is what we learned in, was it geometry?
Yes.
And then we go to the second dimension, and we got two lines crossing each other, and well, we've all been to a 3D movie, right? And it's coming right out at you, right? And now they have 4D rides, because now you can feel the rain and the thunder as your seat shakes.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So fourth dimension's where all of the fairies and trolls live, and that's been opened up. And we've been opened up since this solar eclipse. Well, actually, a couple years now, we've been opened up to the fifth dimension. It's just a matter of who's opening their crown and allowing that consciousness in and accepting it for what it is. But then when we go into the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth, we actually understand how the entire universe works, not just Earth. String theory is one of my very favorites, because everything is connected. We do have a cord, a connection. It's not just from your family. You get a connection to just about anything that you watch or see, and they connect you. That's why, what is it, the SPCA, the commercials with the dying dogs and sick animals just rip a lot of people's hearts out.
Yes. Because
they are creating cords of attachment to your heart. That's string theory. And so you actually learn that there is these invisible lines that connect you with everything that you've ever been, everything you've ever won, and you can either let a lot of them go and clear them off, or keep that connection strong and build it. So the other really fabulous, quantum physics theory that teaches us isn't just a string theory where we understand our connection, but then when we go into the even higher dimensions, I lost the name, but they theorized if you put a cat in a lead box, is the cat still there? Well, probably not, because there's no oxygen, but that defeats their theory here.
Yeah. Yes.
The whole idea is that we are at two places at once, which also can be shown in science. When you go down to the individual cells, there's I think they call them quarks. They actually disappear and then they reappear, and they disappear and reappear. Well, what if they're disappearing and reappearing on other parallel universes at the same time? That we actually physically exist in more than one place at one time. Okay, we won't go there. But so we can understand through a little bit of my humor, because this is kind of heavy stuff. So I have to kind of make fun of myself for us to explore all these dimensions without making it too creepy or too sciency, you know? So I talk about I had a hysterectomy last year.
Sorry.
And what happened was is I became totally disconnected from myself. I became totally disconnected from everything. And then I went through a little bit of feelings of, oh, I'm no longer a woman. Now I'm just a they. I don't have my body parts. This is my womb. I don't have a womb space. Am I just a hollow being? And that's when I really got into these higher, the 11th, 10th, and 11th dimensions of understanding that we just are. We don't have to have a penis or a vagina. You just are. Angels don't have penises or vaginas.
Yeah, I was going to say we're light beings, right?
Yeah,
That
they
in
just
that way.
are.
Yeah.
And I just had to reconnect to myself because I had all these, surgical devices in me. That's what made me feel separate. It wasn't necessarily the lack of the uterus. And then when I connected back to myself and connected back in, it's mind-blowing how much power the individual has.
Mm. Yes.
We will get to a point where we do control the weather because of love. Because we're just made of love. It's not going to be a scientific device. It's literally communities pulling together and being so happy and so grateful together that the rain comes as it's needed. The sun will always be there shining. And I will just say, when we get to the 12th dimension, it's not for everybody. We really don't all need to go up that high. That's really, twice maybe more than that, I've gone up there. And you realize that they are just observing. They don't condemn. They don't judge. These tentacles of source, these ginormous, as big as the universe beings, they're just observing everything. They don't even try to understand it. It's past the Akashic records where there's a recording where we can go back and clear and fix what we've done in the past energetically. In the 12th dimension, you just understand that it's not that we're lab rats, but we kind of are. They don't even take notes. They just observe. It's curious.
Yeah.
It's very curious to me.
Next level, as we talk about the different, keep going higher and higher and higher. That would be next level. And like you say, maybe we all need to do a bit more work to really get something out of going up to these higher realms.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's coming. We got to first of all, we got to get the whole planet into fifth dimension.
Right.
And that only starts when you, dear listener. Well, actually, I'm going to say most of your listeners are conscious or they wouldn't be listening.
I think you're right. But nevertheless, let's tell them so they tell their friends.
Yeah. Open your crown. Open your heart. Go outside and put your hands in the dirt.
Yeah.
Most people think that the only way that they can, talk to trees is through ayahuasca or a double stack or some sort of new designer drug. And the truth is the more grounded you are, the more that you're connected to the earth, that you accept the fact that you're human. And you are all human. I am sorry. I know some of you think you're aliens. You are aliens. You're just in a human form. So that makes you human. So you have to ground and stay grounded. And when you're grounded, you really do go higher. You really do connect more with things. You really do hear what the birds are saying. You understand, I haven't worn a watch in years, and it's because I always just know what time it is.
Right.
It's not from my phone. It's just because you just kind of feel it and you know it, right? So
Yeah.
these are little things that just keep helping you understand that well, you're pretty perfect and you're pretty powerful. And you get to choose in this now moment how you feel, and nobody else can do that for you. It's all because you are amazing. And if you just do the self-governance, live in gratitude, and really find you, and you could just be a very simple, that's it. That's it. We really don't have to be doing something. We really don't have to be famous or be a great singer. Maybe you are just great at being you. That's consciousness. That's being aware of your surroundings. It's being aware of who you are. It's a little lost art of being kind. But divine love is everything. Divine love is the energy of everything. It's not who are we in love with, who are we going to go have sex with, who is going to make me the happiest. That's not love. That's something that was made up in, I don't know, France? Or maybe the Greeks and Romans made it up?
Yeah, that's possibly
Love.
right. Yeah, that's an
Love
interesting.
is
Yeah,
energy. And
right.
it's the energy of everything. Of everything. You are a big sparkle of love. So forgive yourself in this now moment for whatever you think you've done wrong. Let go of the past because can't change it, can't fix it. Forgive situations, even if it's hard to forgive other people, at least forgive the situation. And be present in this now moment because I'm going to tell you, life is going to get fun. It's going to get amazing. You take all those books that they talked about, The Secret and understanding different things. Well, all of a sudden, you don't manifest things. You actually begin to create it yourself. Because you are a creator. Not just me. Not just because I have this awesome chart and I know what my purpose is. So what? So what? You're perfect too.
Right.
You have this love.
Right.
It's up to you.
You have an awesome chart. But
I love my chart.
But no, it's great, Rachel, and I'm really feeling it. You know, again, I was mentioning the goosebumps at the beginning of the show, and right now I feel just that sort of that high-pitched tuning in my ears as we go through this, and I'm very grateful. And I said it to you in the past that I needed to have you back on, and here we are, probably about a year and a half later since the last time we've spoken. And you've got a book. This is your second book, and I've got your deck here that I'm playing with as we speak. And Rachel's created a beautiful oracle deck that really just focuses in on images of nature, which I think is also part of the message that when we're talking about energy, I love that you go into listening to the earth. You mentioned grounding. In your book, I know we talk about vortex energy, and you're there in Arizona, and there's red rocks. You know, this is the front of the card with the red rocks, which you created even before you knew you were moving to Arizona. So, you know, there's that for the foreshadowing of a life really lived in spirit and a lot of courage. So, Rachel, people can find you at your website. Why don't you tell us that?
Yes, you can find me at wachelife.com. I don't do individual sessions anymore. I just do sound baths and group meditations. My book, From Bourbon Street to the 12th Dimension, Finding Divine Love, it's on Amazon. It's also at Hay House, Balboa Press. Funny enough, it was listed at Walmart. Hey, even
Oh,
Walmart knows
congrats.
it's time for us to get conscious.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I can't wait for more people to find this. And I sure hope that a conversation like this helps spread the word. And you are welcome here at Truth Be Told Transformation anytime. And really, thank you for being a living example of transforming one's life, and you're just so happy and joyful. I could listen to you talk. This 45 minutes has gone by so darn fast. And hey, thank you again for your light, for your sparkle.
Well, if you read the book, that's the first chapter. I am Sparkle.
Don't we all want to be?
It's a cosmic name that was given to me for a millennium. So,
right, there you go. Own it. Own it. You're doing a great job of owning it, for sure. Until the next time, Rachel, for sure, you shine on, as I love to sign off my show. So I'm wishing you the best. Thanks for talking to us today. And don't forget, everybody, Rachel Otto, from Bourbon Street to the 12th Dimension. You can find it at her website, which is waychilllife.com. Peace, love.